What's up guys, Colby Cheese here with a video to talk to you about my plans for the new leagues. Now, I'm going to be doing a couple of things, at least I feel like I'm going to be doing a couple of things for the start of the new leagues. One of my goals is to be the top 50 in the first Aziri kill, and so I have a plan for leveling up very quickly when the leagues first begin, and then I have two different build ideas that I will be doing for the leagues to both quickly clear through maps safely and to do some magic find runs to build up currency, because I have two goals. I want to be the first 50 to Aziri. Ooh, that health, I got really low there. I want to be the first 50 to Aziri, and I also, once that is completed, I want to just farm a lot of currency very quickly in the leagues while they're still fresh, so that I can actually gain and amass an amount of currency that I need to create a bunch of cool new build ideas afterwards. So the first idea, as you've been seeing here in this gameplay, is a detonate dead. What I've done is I've taken two of my characters from hardcore and I've respec them in order to be able to do this. I don't have the best gear, and that's kind of the idea, as I wanted to test this out with like mediocre gear. So, emulating the idea of, well, you're just going to be starting fresh without much currency. This particular character, I did get a carcass jack, but even without it, it would be working fine. As you can see, it's a detonate dead build, and it is working beautifully. You essentially can go into really high level maps, and you don't have to worry about damage scaling being very low, because your damage is going to be based on the monster HP. And it's a burn build, so you don't have to worry about reflect and all that stuff. I'm not going to make this video a full guide about this particular build or the next one that I'm about to show you. I'll do that later, but for now, Detonate Dead essentially is really powerful for farming through maps and just really having an amazing clear speed. Now, I want to go ahead and show you a piety kill here. I feel like Detonate Dead, at least at the moment, I have a little bit of issues killing piety. And that's just because she moves around a lot, and it's really annoying. It's not really like too sketchy because I have my Arctic armor and I do a little bit of damage. I've got a supporting Searing Bond totem since I do have all the burning nodes for this burning build. It works really well with like a remote mine, Searing Bond, increased burning damage setup, which you can 3-link or 4-link, however you see fit. So it took me about 40 seconds to kill piety. I sped it up for you, but you'll notice I got about one rare item. That's a little bit on the low side, obviously. Usually you get around 4 items from piety without any magic find gear. From that total run of doing piety, I actually got 5 items. On the way to piety I got 4, and then from piety I got 1. Normally I'll get a few more than that. Well, not really. I guess it's on average around 5 to 6 items for a full run. Now, this is my other build that I respec. This was my Firestorm Scion, and I respec into using Flame Totem. And the idea behind Flame Totem is I can actually stack a lot of magic find gear. So I would level the same way with dual Searing Bond Totem, but instead of respecing those 12 points later into doing Detonate Dead, what I would essentially do is I would, I'd find me or I'd be leveling like a Flame Totem, and I would use that. Currently, this is on a Scion. I theory crafted it to work really well on a Templar, and I can show you all these builds later. I'll have a thread that you can go check out later with more info, but for now, I just wanted to show you a video of the gameplay and the concepts. So, anyways, the build here, the totems, they get wrecked pretty fast by enemies, and so I don't think it would be nearly as good in maps to do Flame Totem without taking a lot of extra totem nodes with totem life, totem resist, and stuff like that, which would make them much better, but then you may lose damage or survivability. But this particular character would be designed purely for farming piety and or dominus. As you can see, the amount of items is insane in comparison, and I guess I should say how much magic find I have. I have about 65 or so quantity and around 100 rarity. 50 of that rarity coming from my item rarity gem. So even with just that small amount, which you can easily get, oh, by the way, here's 4 stash tabs of items that I found. I did 4 runs and I filled up 4 stash tabs, 4 piety runs, and I filled up all those stash tabs with items, and so I'd be able to do a lot of un-ID'd recipes. That's pretty much the idea. I'd sell a lot of items for alteration shards, and you'd be able to make a lot of currency based on those recipes and selling for alteration shards. early on in the league, not to mention all the other like small currency that you make on top of that will help you with other things like chromatics and jewelers and things of that nature. So this particular one, I got, I don't know how many items, 5, I don't know, like 12, 13, some large number of items, really good with just a small amount of rarity, and it works great. Alright, so those are the 2 builds that I'm testing out for the new leagues, and one of those I will be running, most likely the Detonate Dead character, because I do feel it has the best map clear speed without as many issues. For example, the Flame Totem having the issue of the totems dying a lot without the proper totem nodes. This is more of the Magic Find build. I'm close to these flask effects, so I can use Divination and Distillates. However, if I'm going to make this character a mapping character, I would need Ironwood and Totemic Mastery. Otherwise, my totems just die way too much, way too often. But overall, well, in fact, I would be doing this with Templar, so I would be changing around this tree slightly anyways. That's not important for now. I can, again, explain all of that stuff in my thread. If you check down in the description, I'll have more info on the actual builds themselves. But anyhow, for magic finding, you can use either character Detonate Dead, since it works on the burning nodes and the mob health and stuff like that, and gym levels. Then that would certainly they would certainly work fine for that purpose. However, the thing to keep in mind is that if you're going to be magic finding, you're going to be losing a lot of resist from gear. So you're using Sedemas, Perandus, and Goldworm, most likely for the item quantity, as well as much rarity as you can get. I found this little ring here, and then I'm using item rarity on a gem. So you'll notice that my defenses really suck. I've got max fire, which is cool, but -5 cold, 57 lightning. So instead of running like Grace and Discipline, you're going to need to figure out a setup that allows you to run Purity of Elements and whatever purity that you're lacking the most, as well as still being able to run Arctic Armor, hopefully anyways, at whatever level you can get it, so that you can run through Piety and, not die on the way there and stuff like that. So I got my cold up to 52. For the purposes of doing Piety runs, this is probably okay. I definitely want to work on that and get some better gear. Like this amulet is okay. I have mostly Mana Regen gear because this character was my Firestorm Rich before, and I was running MOM. I would not actually use the Cloak of Defiance. There would be no way I would be using Cloak of Defiance for this build, but that's just the item that I tend to have right now. I would prefer to have like a the Armor ES chest with a lot of resist and life. Anyways, that said, you can do either of these builds. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and it opened your eye to some ideas for both building up currency in the new leagues via magic finding and just high-level mapping with low gear requirements from Detonate Dead. You can also just stay with Searing Bond. I will be leveling up with Searing Bond on the way. However, I don't have as much fun using Searing Bond in late game maps because I like really fast clear speed, which is what Detonate Dead gives me. So anyhow, those are my plans for the new leagues. And if you want to get some more info, obviously check the description down below, as well as jump on to my stream at twitch.tv/KolbyCheese. I stream Monday through Friday. I'll probably be doing like 24-hour stream as soon as the new leagues begin. And I'll be answering all your questions on there as I get a chance to. And that's it for now. So I'll see you guys around for the next couple of tips videos. I'm KolbyCheese. Peace out.